Hey everybody, it's time for another toy review. We've gathered here at the Lars homestead on Tatooine for a very special occasion. The unboxing of a brand new Star Wars action figure from Hasbro's Vintage Collection. So yes, today we are talking about Power Droids, or Gonk Droids as a lot of people like to call them because of the noise that they make. But before I irreversibly destroy this pristine retro style packaging that's designed to emulate the original Kenner package design, first we have to solve a little mystery. You may have noticed that certain details on the Gonk Droid in the package differ substantially from the details on the Gonk Droid on the card back. Now, why would Hasbro give us the wrong droid? Well, did they? In order to answer that question, I think we have to take a closer look at the original Power Droid. And this guy came out in 1978, and this is the same photo that was on the original package. So I think we all grew up thinking that this Power Droid was specifically this Power Droid, who I think a lot of you might recognize is the guy who we meet on board the Sandcrawler, and he is too afraid to be put on sale and goes running in the opposite direction when the door opens. But who's this guy? Well, I did some research. I pulled out my old Steve Sansweet action figure book and looked up on Wikipedia and boned up on my Power Droid knowledge, and turns out that both of these guys are technically the same model of Power Droid, the EG-6, not to be confused with the GNK series that is put out by a different manufacturer according to Star Wars lore. But this guy is already hard at work on the Lars homestead when Luke looks down to talk to Aunt Beru about which droids to buy. Apparently they were all set in the EG-6 department, so this guy had nothing to worry about. But if you ask me, this original Power Droid looks similar to this droid in some ways, but also has distinct features from this droid. So I think what happened here is that Kenner had limited photos from the production with which to work to design their toy line, and what they ended up with was sort of an amalgam between this Gonk Droid and this Gonk Droid. So I think Hasbro is trying to teach us a little bit of history here and remind us that the original Power Droid is not necessarily the guy who we see on the Sandcrawler, but in fact he is the child of both of these Power Droids, if you get my meaning. But that's just my theory. You can, if you agree or disagree, please put it in the comments. Tell me anything you know about Power Droids. Of course, no one's more excited for this new droid than Aunt Beru, because she has been dying to charge her food processor for a decade or so now, and she wants to make some blue milk, and she needs to puree some vegetables. So let's get on it, Power Droid. But first, let's take a moment to appreciate the beautiful simplicity of the original Kenner Power Droid, because this guy, without any weapons, without even arms, just some clicky legs and a sticker for a face, had more personality than a lot of the other toys available at the time. And what kid didn't want this figure, and when they got it, didn't absolutely love it, despite it being little more than a generator with legs? This guy, especially what made him so special was that he wasn't exactly like what you saw in the movie. He was sort of a slightly cuter version that, kids could enjoy playing with, even though it's just a generator. Here he is, the new Power Droid up close and personal. This guy, I'm really warming up to him. He's got kind of a lot of personality with his little mouse ears, or maybe I can see those as eyes, and then he becomes a lot more anthropomorphized, I suppose. And when you take off his head, he's got a lot of detail under there. And I think it's funny that they don't even show you that this comes off, and they don't even mention it on the package anywhere, so you wouldn't know unless you buy it. Wow, so it's pretty cool. Definitely gives it about as much playability as a walking generator toy could have. So I like it. The other ones have the clicking legs. They don't all have to have clicking legs. I'd rather have posability. Let's see, oh look, oh wow, oh wow, see, there you go. That, I didn't even realize that his ankles had posability. So he can actually, you can sort of put him mid-walk, I suppose, huh? Oh, shoot, I gotta remember not to hold him by the top. Alright, here's a side-by-side comparison of the 3 EG-6 Power Droids that I have. And they are pretty cool. They all have pros and cons, I would say. But which one do you prefer? Do you prefer the classic Power Droid with clicking legs and posability? The new Vintage Collection Power Droid with the most film accurate details and posability? Or do you prefer the walking effect that you get with the Hasbro EG-6 from, I believe this is from Echo Base? Not really sure. I haven't quite nailed down exactly which Power Droid this guy is, but I wish I had that fourth one, but it's the same body as this guy, so for this purpose we've basically got all our bases covered. But tell me which you prefer in the comments. And like and subscribe and all that stuff. Hit the bell. More videos like this coming down, and more animations now that I have all these great new toys to play with. Stay tuned.